Wednesday. Well, let's speak now to Kamran Bokhari, an expert on countering violent extremism at the University of Ottawa. Kamran joins me via webcam from Washington. Kamran, many thanks for joining me here on the programme. We've just had this news in within the last hour that the Brussels authorities are cancelling their New Year fireworks. Do you think that that's the right decision for them to take?
Well, I mean, the government would not have taken that decision if they did not believe that was necessary. The authorities look at intelligence, they examine it, they determine the level of threat, and I think that they found and they determined that it was at such a level that warranted canceling the event. And otherwise they probably would not have been able to guarantee the safety of the people who would be attending the New Year's gathering.
And of course, as I was saying, this follows the arrest on Tuesday of two suspected IS members plotting an attack in Brussels over New Year, and a third person being detained in Molenbeek in Brussels on Wednesday. What do you think is IS's strategy at the moment in targeting people in these particular countries over the New Year festivities?
I think IS's strategy for the New Year's and for the holidays and moving forward for the next year, 2016, comes in the context of what IS is currently experiencing. We know that they've lost territory in both Iraq and Syria, although they still hold on to quite a bit of territory. But nonetheless, it seems as though there is momentum against IS, and IS's strategy is to show that it is not on the defense. It's actually continuing to go on the offensive, and therefore attacks in the West, if they can pull them off, they have the resources to do so. Then those would help in shaping perceptions, not just global perceptions, but people who support IS. The leadership of IS wants to sustain the perception that they are on the march and not being defeated.
And how do you assess the reaction of these governments across Europe at the moment? The heightened levels of surveillance and of security and of searches. We're also hearing about these detentions in Ankara. Do you think that the response is adequate?
I think the response, I don't know if it's adequate, but I think that the response is understandable considering what IS has demonstrated in terms of its capability when they struck in Paris and the other attacks around the region in Turkey, in Lebanon, in Iraq, and even in Egypt, in the Sinai. So I don't think anyone wants to take a chance, and I think that the various European governments and particularly the intelligence agencies have information that is forcing them to take this threat very seriously, and therefore we're seeing this crackdown. Nobody wants to be caught off guard in the event of another unfortunate attack.
No, indeed. Obviously, we want everyone to be safe over New Year. Kamran Bokhari, many thanks for joining me there live from Washington.